Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. We are thrilled you're here with us, and we are excited to have Monte Durham with us. Greetings, Monte. How are you? Cheers.
I'm good. Cheers. It took me a while. I just don't do this computer thing so well because, put me behind a chair or in front of a wedding dress, you've got my attention. But somehow I jumped from screen to screen. I don't even know where I was, but here I am.
You're here now. That's all that matters. We're thrilled. I don't know if you heard me kind of go through the roll call.
I did. I heard everything. Yeah.
So many spouses from around the world and a lot of Virginians. It looks like some friends in Virginia. So this is so exciting to see everybody joining us today. But we are thrilled to have you. You are our third time repeat guest. So we basically had spouses ask, we want Monte back. So
yay, thank you. I'm honored.
And here we are again for coffee. So excited to jump in and let's just catch up from the last time I believe you and I were together. You were helping me cut my hair from my house, and it was magnificent. And we had a bunch of spouses come back and say, thank you so much. So that was July 2020. What have you been up to since then?
You know what? We opened the salon. We celebrated 1 year anniversary of Salon Monte in September. So to much fanfare and a big cocktail party on the patio. Everybody got dressed up and, we were outside. So this year was easier to celebrate because of the mask mandate being lifted. If we were outdoors, we kept the crowd to medium. But anyway, everybody was dressed up and we celebrated. So we've had a great year so far. We launched a men's line.
Wow.
My first name obviously is Monte, and that's where the hair product is, Monte. I won't go into all that. But the men's line is Ray, R-A-Y, my middle name. So we have a pomade, a clay, and a paste. So depending upon how you want your hair, the initials, like in the main line, stand for. So R is really hard for those guys that just want it stiffed and don't move it. I want it to keep. And then A is always perfect when it's a little unlike my own right now. And then Y is yes to a mess for the guys that just want it all over the place. But we're finding a great response to women that have shorter hair as well. So we've launched that. We're looking into a skincare line.
Wow.
And we're looking at other growth opportunities for the salon. So, fingers crossed, we'll have a second location. Then I'm stopping. This is kind of my retirement because, since we last spoke, I turned 65. Wow, right? How that happened?
And happy birthday. You did just celebrate your birthday. Very exciting. Cheers to September birthdays.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was in New York for my birthday, and that was interesting. Everywhere I went, they seemed to know it was my birthday. It might have something to do with the fact that I told them it was my birthday, but all I did was seem to sip on champagne and eat cake. I felt very Marie Antoinette. So it was a great way to celebrate. So I had a good time.
I mean, you have to let people, it's like you're walking around, you're in New York City, it's my birthday, and then people can celebrate.
Right? Yeah, it was great. It was great. Everybody sent a drink over and, so it's good. It's good. But what have you been up to?
Oh, Monte,
We
moved from Virginia to out west in the wild, wild west. And we have been camping a lot. And when I say camping, we're going to go with glamping because we do have.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
But it's been a blast just kind of seeing new places and being outdoors. And it actually, as we talk about the salon and everything, so the last time you saw me too, I had straight hair. And then I've kind of been going into allowing this natural curl to happen. So, it's one of those things, and we've had a lot of questions come in from registered spouses. What kind of trends are you seeing is question number one, but then with this, like allowing straight to go into like a natural wave, what are your recommendations with that as well? So it's kind of a two-part question.
Right. What we are finding in the salon, which is very interesting, there is a small, but a majority of women that went back to their natural hair color.
Okay.
They either couldn't get out or they're home, and there's a multitude of reasons, right? Hair wasn't on the top of the list a lot of times, and whether that be financially or whether that just be, look, I've got to choose my battles. So we're seeing a return to natural colors. And as far as the curl, we're seeing a lot of people with that embrace what their hair does, and it makes it easier on them. So instead of fighting it, you're embracing it and trying to figure out how best to use it to your advantage. And, we talk about that a lot. A lot of the women and men, they want their hair in a way that they can always, get up, shake it, and go in a hurry. And while everybody's getting their hair cut shorter, it's still long enough to put in a ponytail, including that. And this kind of look I have, which, it's shagged on the side and the back, that is kind of a new vogue, even though I've been wearing it this way most of my life. It's called the bro flow. So don't ask me, it's just where these come from. But the bro flows. So I know that may not apply to our military personnel, but just so you know what us civilians are trying to keep up with, right? So the bro flow. But we are seeing where it's really hair coming up top of the shoulders most of the time. The bob is still very, very popular because it's low maintenance. You cut it short and it just grows right back down, not too many layers. The curtain bangs, the bangs that go around like this, those are huge. And now that we're coming into fall, we see everybody stepping down. So if you were a high lip blonde, you're probably going to stay a high lip blonde. But if you're a golden blonde, you'll step down to more of a honey color, warmth. Brunettes are chocolate browns, mahoganies, a little bit of red in there to go with that. And if you're dark, then they want to keep it dark, but maybe with a cast of blue or some interest into the color of that hair. So in reality, 1 is black, 10 is blonde. So in the middle is 5, obviously, 4, 5, and 6. But we're seeing nobody go past that platinum there. But if you are platinum now, you're going to stay platinum.
Right.
But if you had those highlights in it, they're stepping down a little bit. Okay.
Excellent. And then I was also, as I was putting in hair product today, I'm like, do people use mousse anymore? Like, what are the products you're seeing that you're like, this is what you need. Like, we're not doing this anymore. You should be using this.
Right. What we're finding, mousse is kind of setting on the shelf, so to speak. What you're finding is more directional sprays. Like in the Monte line, we have the 5 products, right? M, moisturizing shampoo. O, one-step conditioner. N, natural root lift for volume. T, taming balm for smoothing and polishing. And E, ever hold hairspray. MONTE, you get the full Monte. So what we find with that, the bottles are narrow so that they can be transported easily from the sink counter to your hair, and it's directional. It's a pump, so you can lift right in that root base. They're not tested on animals. They're made here in America. Unfortunately, we can't say made in the USA on our bottles simply because the bottles aren't made in America. And you're no longer allowed to say sulfate free. There are sulfates in these products that do the job you want them to do. It's a sulfate lauride that is the damaging one, and you look on the back, and that's out of the, it's out of the equation. It's not in the formula anymore. But mousse, not so much. Pomades,
yeah,
clays, paste, and then anything you can spray into the root is how it's going. Not bad or good. Just, with all this, you just have to play with it and get it to work how it works for you. My hair's very fine. I can't use a lot of stuff. So shampoo, conditioner, a little bit of taming balm, which didn't work today because I got caught in the rain.
Oh, is it raining in Virginia today?
Lightly misting, just enough that you don't pay attention and you're out for like 10 minutes out there talking or doing something. And you come back and you're like, oh, frizz, gray hair frizz.
Well, you said you can't use some stuff, but I know there is some stuff you have been using because I've been following you on social
Oh,
media.
yes.
So much fun. And that is using the masks and the moisturizers and all of that. So tell us a little bit about that and your journey with all of the masks and the
Skincare.
things.
All
Yes.
right. So I have been a skin junkie all my life. I don't know how it started. I can't tell you when it developed, but I can just tell you all my life I've done something. My theory and mission statement: products are phenomenal. The fact that you get in a routine is where you're winning. Every night, every morning, every morning before I get up, when I get up, I brush my teeth. You know, I get ready for my run. I mist with the toner, eye cream, and I use an oil on my skin while I'm out running.
Oh, nice.
And then I come back and, you know, but I'm in a habit of doing that. So the facials, you know, I'm being experimental, as you've seen. And now I'm doing them in the bathroom because I'm like, oh my God, my bathroom's so small, but I'm doing them anyway. I tell you, I'm not a fan of the peel-off mask.
No.
I mean, it was like this.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was stretching my skin back out again. I like clay mask more often than not, and I make sure you put the eye cream on. I tell you, I just go to any local store.
Yeah.
It can be a TJ Maxx, it could be a Marshalls, it could be CVS, it could be, and I just look in the aisle and I go, oh, that looks interesting. I think I'm gonna try that. And I don't like the masks that are cut out and you lay them on your face, you know,
Right.
I don't like those either. But I have come to like the eye patches. I put those on, so I like those. But my skin's combination, as most are, and in the winter you got to be careful because you're in heat and you're in the car and you're surrounded by warmth, right? And clothing. So you want to find a moisturizing mask to use.
Okay.
In the summer, you might do a clay mask to close the pores and get because of that and the oiliness. But you never want to forget your neck or your décolleté and by your ears, you know. And when I do an eye cream, I do it all around the socket. I mean, I go all the way up. I'd say I go all the way up to my eyebrows. I do have them, you just don't see them. But I do.
I see them. I see them. You've got
Thank you. It's the number one thing at the salon they're trying to get me to do. They want me to do microblading, which we don't offer. We just do hair. But they're like, let's get some eyebrows on you. And I go, oh, no, we're not.
It's a whole nother world. I know.
Oh my God. You know, when we were doing things for CNN, they put them on and I'm like, oh my God, just get these things. That's why I wear glasses. On the show, they give me eyebrows and cover dark circles.
Hey, you know, we're learning something new every time we talk to you. So
yeah, there we go. A little bit of thing. But I'm like, be careful with the mask if you've got sensitive skin. I've been doing this forever, so my skin's not sensitive. Some react a little better than others, but yeah, I mean, I'm like, you know, I've got all my guy friends doing it now. They were making fun of me with Facial Friday. Well, now they go, I'm like, oh, you looked different. Oh, yeah, I did a facial. Oh, I didn't think you thought that was worth it. You thought that was silly.
Right. Yeah. And look at you now. Yep, exactly. Yeah. I love it. And 10% of military spouses are males. So hopefully we have some males, military spouses listening so they can learn about the moisturizing as well and the skin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, wonderful. Well, and I know you said you were in New York City for your birthday, but you were also just there this past week, right?
Yeah, for Bridal Market.
Okay.
Couture Bridal Market. So I went up with Lori, and I don't know if you saw that clip. I have no idea why I called her Larry.
Oh, no.
Running together, I see her, we go to her and I go, Larry, it's so good to see you. I'm like, oh my God, why did I call you Larry? I don't even know anybody named Larry. Well, my uncle. But I'm like, oh my God. She goes, we've been gone for so long apart that you forgot my name. But anyway, so we had a ball just going around looking at the showrooms. I don't watch TV, but I don't know this show that everybody's mimicking. The necklines are very square and the corseted tops. So that is what we saw on the runway. A lot of huge bloussant, you know, I can pull up a view here. Huge bloussant sleeves. I mean, I was shocked at it, but you know, that's kind of in a lot of, wait, let me find where bows were big. So we were shocked at all of this. Trying to see. Fit and flare still, ball gowns are big. But it was amazing. And there's a little bit, and we're seeing veils come back in vogue. Can you, oh.
There you go. There, oh, gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty? That
So,
veil. And I'm trying to find where are those sleeves? But, and you know, there's always this look. Yeah.
that's
a
pretty.
little revealing, but
Yeah.
yeah, but you know, to each their own, right?
Right.
And this was the back of one of the dresses.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I haven't seen, you know, wedding dresses in a long time. So this is a lot of fun for you to show us examples and let us know this is what's out there right now.
Right. And this is Lazaro.
Okay.
And that skirt, but see the corset at top.
Yeah.
And that's an antique. There we go. We're seeing a little more color going. And then, oh, look. That's Lori and Lazaro hanging out together.
Or Larry.
Yeah, exactly. There's Larry. I mean, it was so funny. And while I was in New York, I went to this. It's not quite open yet. It was called the Summit. And you're taller than, oh, that's not
Oh, wow. Gorgeous.
That's Empire State Building in there. Anyway, so you know what? It was a great time. And everybody was having a great time. And this, let's see if I can get this. You know, whenever you want anything. This is me last night outside the salon. I put up the fall foliage.
See?
Around the door.
It.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So we changed it
I got
out.
decorated for you and you decorated.
Yes, right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's wonderful. And you mentioned TJ Maxx and getting the skincare products. Like you can go anywhere and get that kind of stuff. This stuff's from like Target. But one of the questions that one of the spouses that registered asked is when they're shopping for clothes for the fall and upcoming season, what can they find? Like what can they look for the basics at like a Walmart or a Target or a TJ Maxx?
You know, always look at layering.
Okay.
So I am going to tell you a turtleneck is your best friend. You do not have to press them. You can pull them on. Just don't buy them in nude because when people look at you, they're like, you know, because it's skin color. But what you want to do there is, and you want to make sure, okay, turtlenecks are for long necks. But if you don't have a long neck, you can get a mock neck. And if your neck you feel is real short, just get a tee, you know, a long sleeve tee. And you can put that over a jacket. You can put it over a scarf. You can put it over those ponchos, which are coming real popular. Look for suede. That really changes the leather content of what you're wearing, whether that be your belt or your boots or your pumps. And look for bohemian big blouse sleeves, some peasant look. And then, you know, we're seeing a lot of the suede hats come in. I'm sure you are, Nicole, or yours. So, and so we're seeing that whole feel. And don't be afraid to mix jewelry. So if you're wearing a turtleneck, a mock neck, or just a regular jewel neckline, right? Sweater with it. And if it's against your body, try to keep it smooth textured. If it's a cardigan, that's where you want it nubby or textured. But against your body, you don't want texture too much on, you know, the nubs or the, you know, the cording on it. You want to keep it clean. And when you buy that, make sure you have a necklace long enough to go past your bust point and that there's something there to anchor it. Okay. Because otherwise one of that chain will go over one and you're constantly pulling it. You know, when you bend, it's just body movement. But if you have something at the bottom to anchor it, and, you know, just do that, because everything seems to be long now. All the jewelry is long, the chain's long, the earrings are long, hanging, but big in texture. Okay. Like not a, you know, like a hoop with gold
Right.
medallions hanging off of it. So we're seeing a lot of texture in the jewelry, and not one bracelet, 2 or 3. You can mix it with a leather one, or for one of your favorite, there you go, one of your favorite causes. And you know, so that's what you're seeing for fall. So look at suede when you're looking at shoes, belts, hats, and accessories. And we're seeing a lot of that boyfriend look, which was so big in the 80s. So the girls are wearing white shirts and taking a man's tie, unbuttoning, putting a vest on, a pair of jeans, and a suede pump.
Yeah.
Got it. So, you know, it's creative. I've seen people posting camouflages, and I don't think we need to talk to this particular audience. So I'd be mindful of that. But, you know, we are coming into fall. Winter white and ivory seems to still be strong for fall. You know, by this time we've gone to taupes, grays, beiges, and all that. But there's a lot of the winter. As a matter of fact, I just bought a lightweight ivory jacket. I saw everybody wearing one. I'm thinking, okay, I'll just wear that with black slacks and something. Probably a turtleneck.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the turtleneck idea. I was at the store the other day and saw a blue one and a red one. I got both. You know, why not?
Yeah, right. If you can afford it and have the space, go for it, right?
They were on sale for like $8. So that's why.
There you go.
Treat yourself, get both. Yes, exactly.
And you know, when you're wearing, denim is big still on the bottom. So when you're wearing that, be mindful of textured hose again, because if you're wearing a boot, and whether it's the booty boot or whether it's knee high, ankle, or wherever, if you have a textured hose or stocking on, then you're going to have a visual between the top of the skirt and or dress down to top of the boot. You want that transition to be smooth. If you add another texture in there, then your eye really does stop and go. You have a disconnect. So be mindful of that. Chunky heels are back in. So stilettos in your pumps, chunky heels in your boots.
Good to know. Okay, I'm going to keep those stilettos then. I'm going to wear them out someday. I'm not getting rid of them. Okay.
Don't.
So as you're talking about fashion, I know a lot of photos or a lot of questions were coming in about fall family photos, because this seems to be the thing, you know, get a bale of hay, put the family on a cute little blanket, and let's take a family photo. And I love them. I love seeing them. So what do you recommend for inspiration and those types of family photos for the whole gang?
Well, I think, you know, I grew up in the era of Ola Mills.
Oh, yes. Down at the bottom of the corner.
Where, you know, you stood in front of a screen and there's a water wheel behind you and a pathway going through these autumn leaves or something. I don't know, my God. But anyway, so I think when you're doing photos, remember, interactive and fun is the best thing. You got a picnic basket, throw it on a blanket. It doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to look at the blanket. Don't try to make it and stage it. It's fun. Put the dog in the food basket. You know, put him or her, the cat or whatever. Put your baby in the basket, right? And have fun with it. Be throwing the leaves up in the air and just standing underneath them. And you know, everybody tries to wear the same thing. I would stay away from stripes. I would wear plaids. They're better in the fall, of course, orange and yellow. Don't stage it with mums. Maybe put a mum in your mouth, or, you know, have fun with that. A boutonniere or something. Just kind of have fun. Suspenders. I mean, think of all the things that are, roll up your jeans and put on those boots and get out there and have fun with it. And I think that's what I do. Stand by your favorite tree. I mean, yes. You know, is it the tree you climbed to go to your mom's house? Is that where you had a playhouse? Or, you know, make it important. And I see people, you know, drag grandma's sofa out on the front lawn, just lay down on it and get your photo taken. I mean, it's where your diaper was changed. So, you know, but do have go stand by your car. You might want to wash it first. And have the trunk open like you're unloading the pumpkins and the bale of hay. Have it in the trunk of your car. Open the door like you're going, hey, I'm taking this, you know, out. So have fun with it. Stage it. Get on the bicycle, ride around and have them photograph you as you're going around. So, and have the kids chasing you. You know, have a pumpkin pitch. You know, get the little punch, throw them to each other, try to jog them. Yeah, have fun with it.
Yes. I absolutely love this. And I think that we should all try to do a fall family photo or selfie or something. So
Okay.
let's actually use the hashtag USOCC Live. Let's see those fall photos and we can share those with Monty later on so that he
I'd
can.
love it. I'd
How
love it.
fun would that be? So
Yeah.
yes, hashtag USOCC Live for your fall photos. Yes.
Perfect. Yes.
Be safe with those pumpkins because I know we bought a big guy and
I know. They always have to have a stem. I won't buy a stemless pumpkin.
no.
My rules. So they always have a stem on. I don't carve them anymore. I used to carve them. I just set them out there and let the squirrels have them.
Well, there's that. You could paint it, or
Well, I polish it, but then I thought I can't use furniture polish. That's not good. So now I just rub olive oil on them and it makes them shiny and clean looking. So that's how I get them to look halfway decent in the yard.
Is that a thing? I just learned.
Oh no, it's just, I don't know. Necessity, the mother of invention.
I love it. That's happening. Okay, I'm gonna get the olive oil out.
Yeah, because furniture polish, the squirrel can't eat that.
Right, but the squirrel will love.
Everybody goes, well, the squirrel will get it. And I go, they're hungry and they need somebody to go for it. I mean,
right.
That's what's out there. I don't care.
Fine. Oh my goodness. Absolutely love. Okay. So I have a lot of questions from registered spouses about weddings,
right.
More fashion, but I'm going to jump to the Q&A real quick. And we have a question from one of our spouses. It's Emma, and she wants to know, what is your advice for gray hair? How often should we color it if it's gray?
Yeah. So Emma, I don't know if is she currently coloring her hair?
I don't know. I mean, Emma, you can put this in the chat too if you want to give us more information.
I mean, so if you have great hair, grows anywhere from a quarter of an inch to a half an inch a month. That's kind of standard. And some grows faster and go. But if you have gray hair and you're coloring it, you're going to think it grows like in 2 weeks, which it starts showing. So dabbing the roots, as we call it smudging the roots, because you don't need to color the whole head again because your color is here. It just freshens up when it pulls through. I have a client that tells me she's allergic to gray. She comes in every 2 weeks.
Oh.
Every 2 weeks. I really think she could probably go 3 to 4, but that's not on her agenda. And she wants every 2 weeks. So we do like that. And you're dabbing it on the root, in the root growth. So you're really not damaging the rest of the hair. So how often depends upon the water in your local community, because that can strip color. How often you shampoo lifts the color off, and how healthy you are. I mean, obviously you're on your medication, you're on things, that all changes stuff too. So, but traditionally hair grows that, at the most a half an inch a month, and that's on the high scale. So I would say women that I do that have gray hair, we see them about every 4 to 5 weeks.
Okay.
And they book right away because they want to get the time slot that they want. That's another thing. Be sure to book. The holidays are coming up. Thanksgiving salons are closed. You've got other holidays, religious holidays mixed in there with other denominations. So, check your calendar when you're at the salon, make that appointment so you get, if you have to cancel it, that's one thing, but trying to squeeze you in, it's hard. Space is limited. And while we're not under a mask mandate, we all wear masks in the salon. Clients do not have to, and we are aware of spacing just to make everybody feel comfortable.
Excellent. Okay, good to know. And then from Erica, she says, good morning from California. She's in 29 Palms. Hi, Erica. And she wants to know, where do you get your passion for fashion and style? I was like, are we rhyming here? But yeah, where do you get your passion and style?
Okay, so my mother was the epitome, and both of my grandparents. How lucky am I? My grandfathers, in the day they just wore suits everywhere. So I didn't know anything else when I grew up and we lived out in the country. So, but they were always dressed up. My mother had a very keen eye, and she had an impeccable figure. So you combine those things. So she always, that was her thing, dressing up and being dressed, and then making sure we were dressed. And she was very good about pointing out pros and cons.
Mhm.
Like, this is why you don't wear that for you. She'd
Right.
say, this is good for you. And I have 3 sisters, and she was very good about this hairstyle looks better for you, and this address. And not that they could not do it, did not experiment, but she was very keen about following trends in fashion and keeping it very quiet and understated. She wasn't a very loud dressed woman. She was very Jackie. I mean, her hair was the same as Jackie. She wore those suits and the pearls, and that was her look. I'll show you, share a little photo here if I can find it. But so I would say I was surrounded by it because the lack of it in my community. Does that make sense? So my mother made a big effort to search it out and find it. So this is my mother 5 years before she passed away.
Beautiful. Look at that smile. Oh,
yeah. That's the way she always looked, you know.
so pretty.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
That's so special.
Yeah, I mean, she just, that's how she rolled. And she said, this is when she was a little younger.
Look at that. With the bow. Oh.
Yeah, and the hair. But anyway, so she always looked like that. My dad, a very dapper, handsome man as well. So, you know, when you put that combination together, and they were very attuned to not be very showy. That was their kind of their kick. And this was the premiere of the show in Atlanta, and they attended the black tie party with me.
I love it.
Yeah.
Bow tie. Look at that.
Yeah.
Handsome. And that red dress.
Yeah, so she had a great figure, and she was not. But anyway,
yes.
So that's where I attribute a lot of that. Plus, I did read and study, and I worked in retail for when I was younger, and that gives you a great opportunity to see the trends, what's coming in. And I was a personal shopper in Neiman's and Saks, so I could find out what's going in the men's. I was always involved when they had trunk shows or whatever. So it just led into that. How lucky am I?
So lucky. Oh, I love it. Well, then Nicolette, if I'm saying, Nicolette said she's not very fashion or beauty savvy, but she wants to know what are some easy ways to look almost effortless for hair or makeup.
All right. We just had this conversation actually with the editor of the Washingtonian magazine, and the Taming Balm was listed as a must-have product because if your hair's fine, if it's got a little pretty, you can rub, they asked me, out of all the products I've got, what's the easiest one? You can emulsify it, run it through, it won't weigh your hair down, and it takes away the frizz, it adds a little more shine, manageability. So I would look for a product like that. Always make sure, Nicolette, do we know, is she a brunette, blonde, or, yeah?
You're gonna have to let us know. Let us know in the chat.
Yeah. So, to everyone. All right, brunette. So the really couple things. So here's what I tell women in general. There's 3 things you can do that will make a huge impact outside of having your hair polished or pulling it back in a ponytail. Don't pull it back in just plain ponytail. Do a high ponytail. Pull it back, loosely braid it, tuck it up. Do something interesting with it. But there are 3 things. So think about this as we go through it. We use our eyes to see each other. We use our ears to listen to and we use our lips to communicate to you. If we dress those 3 things, you're dressed. Mascara. You don't have to put on full makeup. You don't have to put on all the, make sure you got mascara on. If you're a blonde, you're not. But if you're a blonde, you might want to go, black brown, so it's not so harsh. But do mascara. And if you really want to make them and you don't want to do false eye, you take a liquid eyeliner and put it at the very back of your lashes, all the way to the back, because mascara doesn't get there. That'll make your lashes look beyond thick. So we address the eyes, ears. A brunette, Jackie said, pearls are always appropriate. Add a little color because it brings light to your face. Or turquoise, or bring some energy into it. And then, of course, your lips. So nude is always great, but I'm telling you, red, Nicole, look, when you smile, your teeth are brighter, it's happier. There's a red for everyone. So there's an effortless way. And as we spoke before, throw on that turtleneck, put a scarf over your shoulders, let it go, put on those jeans and those combat boots. Let's go.
Yes, I love it. And it's funny because our entire team, the first time we talked to Monte, it was in a bridal studio in DC, and it was just a beautiful setting. And we were talking about a red lip. And ever since then, our entire team, we're always rocking a red lip when we were doing these types of events, because Monte said, this is what we should
Makes
be
you
doing.
smile. Yeah. Your teeth look brighter. It's celebratory. It's happy. It's fun. And people don't wear a lot of red. So when they see it, they go, wow, you look great. And you go, it's the lips. Do you know what I mean? It makes such an impact.
Yes.
All right.
Love it. Okay. There are lots of questions coming in, so we will get to as many as we can. This is fun. Okay. Rachel wants to know, what updo style would you recommend with a strapless mermaid wedding gown?
So Rachel, I would recommend you take, I don't know if you have curly hair, smooth hair, straight hair, but obviously I have long hair because you're going to put it up, right? So I would recommend taking pop rollers. Now remember, the bigger the roller, the looser the curls. So you want a medium size to hold. Just roll your hair and just pull it back. You want to go above the occipital bone. That's where the curve of your head. So start the ponytail there and then just let it fall under and just pin it wispy. I mean, I know it sounds tacky, but baby's breath is coming back in vogue. Flowers in the hair, brooches. I just did a wedding and she was so sentimental and she wanted something in her hair. I said, let's go through grandma's jewelry box. And we found these 2 beautiful brooches and we pinned them in her hair because her grandmother was no longer with her. But yeah, so I think loose, relaxed, and a little bit of trindles, not curling arm, be mindful of that, or it'll get, like that string when you're tied to balloons. You don't want that type of curl. But you can even take a pencil and spray it with hairspray, let it set for a little bit and pull it out, and you'll get a soft little curl. So a loose bun at the back, heavily, loosely curled. I think it'd be great.
Yes, try it out and then do your fall family photo shot and let us know.
Right.
Yes. So good. Okay, Amanda, she said, I'm a bigger girl. What can you recommend for fall and winter fashion so that I'm not appearing bigger? All
right. So it really doesn't matter what size you are, Amanda, because really solids are the way to go. Look at all this print. I mean, God, I'm like a Mackenzie child makeover here today. But anyway, less is always more, no matter what size we are. And our receptionist is a plus size, and she was a model. So she is just so funny. So we were interviewing her for a position and stuff. And she had a necklace on, she had jewelry, she had her hair all done, she had a charm bracelet, she had all this. And I said, boy, you accessorize are quite heavy. And she goes, yeah, you know that rule where they say, look at the mirror before you leave the house and take one item off? She goes, I put 2 more on. It works for her. It just works. Right. But yeah, I love it. I love it. And she's just charming. But yeah, I think keep things solid. Most you can, especially anything close to your body, keep it solid. And then always remember to go to a V. Don't go this way. Don't look at the necklines. Go to a V. Go to a circle, a jewel neckline, and a V neckline. Or you don't want to do bateau. You don't want to do anything that cuts you this way. Bring everything down. And same with your jewelry and your earrings. Just bring everything down. Wear a chunkier heel and a little taller, and that'll slim out the leg area for you a little bit. Full skirts are so in right now. I mean, and they go to your ankle. I think that would be lovely. Stay away from cardigans. Wear a piano shawl, we used to call them, scarf, just huge scarf. Look at blouses. You can open up and put things inside the blouse. Jewelry wise, stay away from anything with cap sleeves. Either go full sleeve or no sleeve. And accessorize with flowy, soft, but florals, scarves, and, things of that nature. Make sure your bag's proportioned to your body size. I see these girls carrying these huge oversized bags and they're like this. And then so you want to make sure that that balance is in proportion. And then that's easier, but that goes to everybody, no matter what size you are, So what did I do? Go buy an oversized briefcase, but whatever. I'm 6 foot tall. I just carry it up high.
And then the next conversation we have is what is in Monte's briefcase? That's going to be next time.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, are y'all ready? Outside of pencils, a pad, a scarf, a pair of gloves, sunglasses, I have a cosmetic bag.
Ooh.
I have eye cream. I have lip balm. I have eye drops. I have a mist that I can spray on myself, and I have a matte moisturizer for my skin. Because if I'm on a plane for 2 or 3 hours, it always. And I will tell you this one product, and I shouldn't promote it, but it works. Kiehl's has a roller eye cream.
Yeah.
The Kiehl's on, and you say it's like, and you just roll it around your eyes. It is so cool and smooth. I'm on a plane, I can't get puffy, so that's in that too. So a lip balm, all the accoutrements, travel size. So
perfect.
That. And in the other little cosmetic pouch is my Earl Grey tea and some honey. The little things honey. So because the airlines never have good tea. Oh God, I'm gonna get bammed on that one. But I like Earl Grey. Sorry, airlines. That's my preference. So, but it's hard to find tea on an airline. So they have plenty of coffee. So I take my own tea.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Another thing I would have never thought of, but yeah, that's just easy. And I love it. After you do the roller for females that wear like makeup, would you just dab?
Yeah. Just pat it on. It doesn't affect the makeup.
Okay.
And that's where you want to be careful when you're putting the makeup. Make sure, now they've got those little sponges or, the shaped like an egg, all that. Make sure you really pat that down good. Otherwise, it'll start showing lines. So that's why I have the little toner in the travel bottle. And I miss that. Of course, I don't have makeup on. And but you're right. You want to be careful, but you just pat that in, but it really makes a difference. And there's plenty of roller eye creams on. This is the consistency works for me. So that's
perfect. Okay. Well, then Sierra wants to know, what are your thoughts? And I also want to know, what are your thoughts on leggings?
All right.
Safe circle. We can be honest.
Okay. So outside of them being in white and nude, I'm sort of okay with them. But where I'm not okay with them is when the blouse or the jacket doesn't cover mid-thigh. That is a big issue. And I think we forget when we're bending over, you're supposed to bend from the knees and over, and a lot of people don't do that. And I understand the comfort level of it. But if you're going to wear them, do we have to have tennis shoes on with them or flip-flops? Can we just put on a ballet slipper or a little kitten heel or over blouse sweater rolled up in chains and leggings and a chunky little heel and a high ponytail and some red lips? I don't know. I'm just saying. So leggings, I'm on the fence with. I see some people, it has nothing to do with size. I see some people wear them beautifully, and it's because they've taken the other step and the top is interesting, and there's an interesting shoe with it or stuff. But remember, the one thing about leggings, there's only one word to be said: revealing. Mm-hmm. They are very revealing. So just pay attention to that.
Right, exactly. Okay. And then Cheryl wants to know, since we are coming up on holiday parties and military balls, what is popular? What should we be thinking about when we're looking for a dress?
Well, yeah. So here is the thing. I mean, I think we can all safely say we have enough black in our wardrobe. It's holidays. Let's celebrate. let's try reds, burgundies, greens. I mean, think what's outside. Winter white in a gown is stunning. You know, blues and purples and oranges. I mean, there is so much color out there, and floral prints are huge right now. So I would look to that. In New York, I didn't see a lot of sparkle, even on the wedding gowns, just a few. So I think that is left to your accessories. Oddly enough, shoes have become very sparkly. And, you know, earrings, handbags, they kind of make that the sparkle in it. But look for color, look for energy, look for movement. I mean, the mermaid's always going to be popular. The column dress is always going to be popular. But now it's time to be soft, flowy, dancing, and moving around. So I would look to that. I would tilt that way. And if all else fails, pull the black dress out of your closet and reaccessorize, right?
Right. And would you recommend a longer gown, or, you know?
Depending upon the event. I mean, you know, I was fortunate enough to go to the military Christmas ball at the White House, and that's very formal. So everybody was in long. There was no short dresses. I am emceeing the first responders ball at MGM for the USO. So December, I don't know. I'm not going to give a date because I can't remember, but it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday. But if it says ball, I think ball gown or ball dress. And, you know, I always tell, and for those who are getting married, don't say optional, just say it's either black tie or coat and jacket. You know, let us know, because you're going to end up with half the guests thinking I should have worn my tuxedo, and the other guy's going, I should not have worn my tuxedo. Right. So make it pretty clear. You know, the girls will manage one way or the other, but as guys, we're like, okay, black top shop. I wore my tuxedo, I might as well wear it. And you're the only two wearing it. So you're going to make everybody else feel bad they didn't wear theirs, and you're going to feel bad because you did wear yours. So
right.
Anyway, yeah.
Oh, so good. Okay. And then speaking of wedding dresses, so we have someone asking, what is your opinion on wedding dresses with color? And then it says lots of color.
All right. So are we talking like splashed color, plaid colors, or anything? You know, I think you have to wear what makes you feel beautiful. And I say that not in jest, but I always say, I can tell you what's good for your figure. I can tell you what's great for your venue, but I can't tell you how the dress makes you feel. So if you put a dress on and you just feel beautiful and wonderful in it, it fits. It's the one thing I tell. The only thing that I've seen a bride wear that I haven't liked is a dress too tight. But make sure you've got a perfect fit on your gown. So I just say, put it on if it brings you joy and happiness. I'm like, go for it. You know?
Just like all the other, you know, outfits in your closet. If it brings,
right.
You know, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it. And then Erica said, thank you so much, Monty. Your mother is beautiful and your story is so inspiring. So Erica, thanks for that shout out.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm going to check in with Trish real quick. Trish has been kind of managing the chat on the side. Anything out there, Trish, that we should address? Because I do have a couple more questions on my list for Monty.
Well, everyone is having a good conversation, Monty. Everyone went in and wanted to look up exactly where you got your eye cream from. So everyone's very excited for that.
So Kill's just going to have a little burn on the face.
And everyone kind of agrees with you too, that they love leggings, but they kind of bore them now. So they want to find things to dress them up, especially after COVID and being stuck in leggings all the time. They want to find something new. Right. I know some of the questions that came in with Nicole are also now coming in on the chat box. In the chat. So kind of being like, again, what is your opinion on vow renewals, and how big or small should you go with the dress when you do renewals? And just kind of touching on renewal weddings, or people that didn't really have a big wedding but want to have a party afterwards.
So renewals have, that's nothing new to the bridal industry. That's probably started 20 years ago. People are renewing, and a lot of that happened was outside of reigniting your commitment to one another, it gives you an opportunity to do what you want to do. Because a lot of times, think about it, 20 years ago doesn't sound that far away, but you think about it, that's when mom is having her wedding. It was yours, but really mom was riding the roost on that. You go shopping with her and she goes, that dress is great, let's go. And so it gives you an opportunity now that you've grown into your relationship, that you both can share some very important and poignant things. All the adversity that you've gone through, all the love and the support and the caring, and you know what has happened on that pathway to where you are now. And it's a great opportunity. And have you matured what you wore on your wedding day then? Would you wear it now? Or are you looking at it going, oh my God, why didn't somebody stop me? Have you gotten a little more sophisticated and a little more quieter, a little more toned down? Or have you begun to sparkle and you're like, why have I been wearing these dull clothes on my life? I like glitter, I like bling, I like, you know. So it's a great opportunity to explore where you were and where you are, and share that with people. You know, on my wedding day, you know, it's just, you know, I just wore the dress, my mother loved it, and I was happy, so I just did it. But this is really me now, you know. So it really is sort of like a coming out. And in a lot of ways, outside of the renewal and the commitment to your partner, it also is a reveal. It's sort of like, look where we've come, look what we've gone through, and look, it's time to really celebrate this. So while some people may go, oh God, I'll never do that again, others should be celebrating any accomplishment of that level. 10, 15, 20, 25 years, you see these anniversary parties. And I'm like, bring it on. And if you are lucky enough to still have your gown and can still get in it, what about cutting it off, making it a high-low? What about adding the bling to that? Take your dress and go, okay, I wore it that way, but let me show you how I'm wearing it now. It's a great opportunity to pull that gown out. Daughters and sons may not be wearing them, but yeah, bring it out and take the lace off of it and put it on the bodice of the dress you love now, or, you know, because that dress meant a lot to you on that day. It should help you mean a lot to you on this day as well. That's the way I'm a romanticist, so that's where I stand.
What do you call a vow renewal? I know that was a question that came in, was, you know, is it, what do you call those when you're going to renew your vows?
They really, that is how they're sold into hotels and things.
Okay.
A vow renewal, exchange of vows, a celebration.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
And you could just put up my 10-year wedding celebration, you know, so it truly is celebrating. So that is a great way to tag it. Or, you know, for those of you that did not think we were going to make it, Mom, here we are 15 years later, look at us. Right? I mean, have fun with that. I mean, where's your personality in it? You know, so just have a lot of fun with it. But to just know, if I go to a celebration of a union, whether it be the 10 years, 20 years, whatever, I expect it to be a little entertaining. So you've already had that wedding, come down the aisle, music, that whole thing is beautiful. So I expect to have a little fun at these, you know,
yes.
It's a little more relaxed. We're celebrating.
Right. Get out the champagne or not.
Right.
So Nicole will do one more question, and Nicole wants to know, what's your opinion on brooches, if I'm saying that right, and pens? I tend to use them on my dresses and jackets. Yep. I hope she sees what you have on, because I love that one.
Yeah. This one, as you know, is Nicole's from my mother. Her name was Rose. I wear it often. Have it in gold, I have it in silver, I have cameo. But anyway, I'm going to tell you, this is the craziest thing. I'm glad we're having this conversation. So they are huge right now. Mindy Lamb, we sell in our store. She does some custom. She's got a great story about a great background. And we are selling these literally in beading, you know, for wedding parties. So the boutonnieres now are brooches.
I love it.
We just saw one, a bride bought a halo, and they did a custom boutonniere for the groom. So they match. nobody's going to notice that, but it's important to them, right?
Right. And it's something that lasts forever.
Yeah. So this is Farrell. I never say his name right, but look at this.
Look at that.
In a Chanel jacket and pearl. This is all over New York. Look at the brooch. Look at the pearls. This look is all over New York right now.
Yeah.
And he's in jeans. But so I inherited my mother's long pearls. I might have to bring those out. I've worn them before. I wore them to New York at Bridal Market with the turtleneck, oddly enough. And, you know, I've been wearing, for the past 12 years since we've been filming, I've always had something on at one point or another. So I'm a big fan of them. I'm even a bigger fan when they mean something.
Yes.
You know, it's my mother's or, you know, my grandmother's or, you know, this is in memory of, or this because I love cameos, right? So,
right. So special. Well, we appreciate you spending your morning with us, Monte.
No, it's a great day.
So much fun. We always learn something from you, and just continued success with your salon. One of these days, I'll make my way over there.
One out.
Yep, it's happening. We'll make sure we share all of our fall photos with you. And thanks for all the fashion tips and everything like that. If anyone has any last minute questions, feel free to send them through and we can check in with Monte later. And I'm sure we'll have Monte back for another Connection Live 2022. It's gonna happen.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Thank you so much, Monte. We appreciate
thanks everyone. I appreciate it. And to our service members, thank you.
We appreciate your time. And you can follow Monte on Facebook and on Instagram. Check out his salon. We'll make sure to put the links in the chat. And then for next month, we are connecting with our friends at L'Oreal on November 9th. We're going to have a Coffee Connection Live with Caroline Ashton. And so save the date. Join us noon Eastern time, and we will see you all then. But again, thank you, Monte, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye.
Thanks, everybody.